Hey guys, I'm Craig, and today for the Surfboard Guide, we're going to check out the M23 by Channel Island Surfboards. This is the M23 by Channel Island Surfboards. It's a stock 6'6", 6'6", 20.5, 2 11/16, and it's 39.4 litres. Yeah, it is. I got that right. Awesome. And I had heaps of people hit me up, like lots of comments, questions going, hey, have you ridden M23? Have you checked it out? Actually wasn't kind of on my radar to check out. I was looking at some other stuff, but had a lot of interest in the board. And I saw some stuff and I spoke to Devon Howard, and it seemed like a board that surfs like a shortboard for bigger guys or older guys, or people that still want to rip a shortboard but are looking at like bigger stuff. And you know, with the interest in like the CI Mid, the CI Mid twin pin, I thought it was a good chance to check it out. So looking over it, it's got a pretty kind of wide, but still sort of sleek outline. So a lot of width through the center, but it still has this really kind of sleek sort of, not a pointy shortboard nose, but still more of a performance-y nose than say the CI Mid or Mid twin, which is more, I'm going to say it's more Malibu sort of longboard inspired, those mids, where this is more kind of shortboard inspired. So it holds a lot of width through the center, kind of a performance, sleeker outline and nose. Nice little kind of rounded tail. Actually, when I picked them up, Channel Islands in Australia, I don't know if internationally, did a run of pods with round tails, so a round tail pod. I don't know if they're available everywhere. You can obviously order one. And I saw some really big ones, and it actually kind of reminded me of that, but they do seem to have a bit more thickness through the center and a bit more nose lift, but yeah, the tail looked really, really similar. But yeah, so nice round tail. Rail, kind of mid, holds a bit of volume through, but still 2 11/16 quite thick. It feels like it's kind of flat, but then it drops away to a mid rail. Not too thick on the rail, gentle distribution of foam from front to the tail. Not really overly thick in any points, just a nice gentle distribution of foam. It's going to be really easy to surf. Flipping over, I couldn't really find anything about the concave, but you can definitely see there's a double in the back here. Almost like a V, it's really quite raised. Like I almost feel like the stringer line is higher than the rail line. But I might look into that a little bit more detail, get a rule or whatever, get that correct for the full review. Feels like a single through the front, but almost like the double runs through the single. A double through the fins that feels like it's quite deep. And maybe like a little V off the back, or even just the end of the double concave. I can just feel that stringer rise a tiny bit, but nothing too crazy, especially for how deep the concave or that center rise is in front of the front fins there, or in line with them. So nothing too crazy going on there. I've been surfing this for a little while. Like I said, I grabbed it, probably had half a dozen surfs on it. Had a chance to surf it in some like 1-2 foot shories. It's kind of helped me get back into surfing after not surfing for quite a period of time. Probably sick of hearing about that, but wasn't really surfing. I was down the snow a lot, and it's been really gentle. What I've enjoyed is it's a really easy to ride surfboard, but it's definitely got some shortboard capabilities. That sleeker kind of performance nose doesn't get too buried through bigger turns. The tail, turning off a tail, feels really nice. I was riding a bunch of Happy Travelers by Channel Islands a few years ago, actually no, just like last year. And I enjoyed riding like the 6'4", 6'5", or 6'6", or whatever they were, even when it wasn't that big. And it feels really nice to turn through waves. Like, you know, if it's 3 or 4 foot, but not huge. I felt the similarity through this. It just felt nice to have that round tail under your foot and that longer rail line. So you could do some really nice arcs. And then again, the benefit of a board like this, say over at my 2 Happy, heaps of paddle power. So I can battle people for waves. And it also acts like a really nice step up because it's got the volume I kind of want in a 6'10" or something, but in a 6'6". And that rocker through the front is enough to keep you out of trouble. You know, it's not too flat or whatever, like a lot of mid-length kind of things are. So it's still very performance orientated. So you can surf like a shortboard ripper, do turns, arcs, wraps. You're not going to get caught up with a flat, wide nose. It's going to cut through the water or not get caught in the water and surf really, really easily. I won't go into fins too much. We do that in the full review. But randomly I got the board and I was like, oh, I want to surf it. And I didn't, when I took it down the beach, I didn't have any fins in the car, but I did have these Dark Arts by Futures. They weren't for this board at all. They're a fin that Justin Turnez gave me when I grabbed a Dark Arts mid off him. We did a review on a couple months ago, but they actually feel really good. They're kind of raked. There's some similarities to like the AM, a little bit smaller. They feel a lot stiffer, like a very stiff fin, but these have felt really, really nice. I've had heaps of people that have got one of these hit me up in comments in Instagram DMs and all that sort of stuff. People have been riding at Twin Plus One, all that sort of stuff, asking me. I'll check out the AMs. I'm going to check out a bunch of stuff. I think AM1 Tech Flex. I think I can go down a fin size. The stiffness feels good. The AM1 is a medium rather than a large. I think that might feel good with this extended rail line of this longer board. I think I can go down to a medium fin and it should feel really good. People have been hitting me up saying they're riding like AMTs, twin plus ones, MRs plus a center stabilizer, and said it feels really good. Not necessarily going to go with twin plus one. Having surfed it a couple of times, I actually really wish I had a quad option. I feel like as a quad, with a not too big quad set, it'd be really nice and drivey, but we've got a thruster here. We'll check out a bunch of fins, but let us know if there's fins you want to see in the full review by Futures, and I'll try and check them out between now and the full review that we put out. Overall, that's our initial thoughts on the M23. If you've got any questions, hit them up in the comments below. Also hit us up on Instagram at the Surfboard Guide. If you don't already follow us, it's a really good chance for you to connect with us, ask us questions, anything you want to know about a board if you're thinking of ordering, anything like that. So yeah, ask us what you want to, any questions about the M23 or anything you want to see in the full review. Anyway, thanks so much to Onboard Store in Australia for the opportunity to check out the M23, and we'll be back soon with a full review.